didn't tell you. I had a moment. I censored something from the most recent episode. Because I think you used the proper name of an airline. And I was like, let me just sort of cut that out real quick. So I muted it, and then I put a little like sound beep in it. But I did that before I finished editing and had forgotten that after making that sound beep on a different channel, I had reduced truncated silences. So I was like reading to Linus one night, and I was like, oh, shit. That beep is not going to be anywhere near the place it was supposed to censor, because that would have squished down and the beep didn't move. So like I like ran downstairs and came in here, and like it had been perfectly placed for you to be like, hey Eric, but it was like, hey beep, and I was like, oh, that's not good. Like it would have been
jerkhole.
Really funny and really challenging to the audience.
I think it's too early to have to start doing apology episodes.
Yeah. Dearest listeners, we're sorry. We goofed up big time. Oopsie doopsies. This episode called My Bad.
Episode called A Sincere Apology.
Yeah, my bad.
Prostration.
For real. And I always sound sincere when I apologize. That's not a problem I deal with at all. Of sounding insincere. All right, for real this time. You want to do a podcast?
Yeah, let's do a podcast.
Polydactyl.
Vociferous.
Bombastic.
Rectangle.
Big words for smart people.
Hey everyone, this is Big Words for Smart People, the only podcast that makes dumb guys smarter and smart guys even smarter. I'm Frankie. My pronouns are they, them, and I'm here with my brother.
Hi, I'm Eric. He, him. It's good to see you again this week, Frankie. How are you?
Wow. I'm doing great.
I'm so glad.
I hope same shirt as the last time you saw me.
It's so weird. Yeah. I'm still wearing jeans in my own house, which feels wrong.
It's fucked up.
But
I would never do that.
It's professional. I wanted to feel like I was a human being and not in here with like my bluey pajamas on trying to record a podcast.
I'm in here in athletic shorts and a bootleg My Chemical Romance t-shirt.
Yeah, that I wasn't gonna ask you, but it's fresh, man.
Got it on German eBay.
I went to a show once and I bought a bootleg shirt for the show in the parking lot on the way out of the show. And not only was the medium the world's smallest medium I've ever put on, there was a tiny little Stewie Griffin in the corner.
What the fuck?
I don't know why he was there. And it was like half transparent. It was like a faded out Stewie Griffin just like hanging out in the bottom.
How did he get there?
I don't know.
You can cut it if you want, but I need to know what show that was.
It was one of the ones I went to when I was in high school. That was like a conglomerate of shows. And like there were only one or yeah, but it was like hosted by 96 Rock at the point. So like it was a bunch of like 90s, early 2000s rock bands. Most of which like I didn't care about, right? Like there were a couple of shows that were like, this is really cool. And then it was also like some other things. I think I'm trying to remember who actually played, and I can't
Did
tell
you see Papa Roach?
No. Disturbed might have been there, which I would not have gone to go and see, but would have seen. Silverchair maybe. Like
Silverchair could have been cool though. They had that one really avant-garde album.
They had some really cool things that I would have seen while I was there. And I wanted to get a shirt and was too anxious to go and buy a shirt. So I bought one from a guy selling them in the parking lot, and it had Stewie Griffin on it.
Why does that make you less anxious?
I don't know. I think I just steeled myself for it, that was what worked.
He's got t-shirts, but he's also selling hot dogs and chinchillas. Like, does a mean guy have chinchillas? No.
Yeah, could a bad guy sell me a hot dog? I don't think so.
It's never happened to me before.
It's at 100% success rate with hot dog dudes. Do you have a word today?
I do have a word today. The word I brought in today is idiosyncrasy.
Idiosyncrasy.
And an idiosyncrasy.
No, shut up. You gotta say it like a bunch more times. You guys, like, that's the whole thing. That's what we do.
Idiosyncrasy.
Idiosyncrasy.
It's idiosyncrasy.
Idiosyncrasy.
And an idiosyncrasy. Fuck my life.
You got it. You've never said this word before.
An idiosyncrasy is what happens when a really dumb guy drowns in the ocean. I'm just kidding. That's what an idiot sinks at sea.
Idiot. That's fucking stupid.
That one's just for me.
That was good. No, I like that. That's good.
For realsies.
Yeah.
Idiosyncrasy is a noun.
Okay.
And it means a peculiarity of constitution or temperament, an individualizing characteristic or a quality. That's from our good friends Merriam-Webster.
Yeah. As all of our definitions are, and we just forget to attribute. That's where they come from.
If you want to get really basic about it, it's an eccentricity or just something that's like about you.
Sure. Like, is it just about you, or is it like something, for lack of a better phrase, weird or different?
Yeah. Something that's like a peculiarity to you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a fidgeter. I'm always cracking my joints. You've probably heard it in the background.
As someone who edits your podcast, I understand.
There they go.
Thanks, man. Well, that was a clean one.
I do it all day, every day. I literally can't stop.
Yeah.
That's one of my idiosyncrasies.
Okay.
What are some of your idiosyncrasies?
That's a good question. I feel like what I was going to say before I talk about myself is I think people are defined by their idiosyncrasies.
Yeah,
right?
Totally.
Like, that's the thing that like you remember about people is like their weirdnesses.
Mm-hmm. It feels very Seinfeld in a way. Like there's the close talker, there's the low talker, there's the it's me, the person who like picks up the phone and says it's me.
It's me. There's the
it's like, hey, it's me. Like who?
The
who
burbling stomach. Hello.
La la la.
It's our Seinfeld recap podcast.
I do actually listen to a Seinfeld recap podcast.
Fuck off.
It's called Masters of Our Domain. It's really good.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not sponsored, I just like them.
Christ. Not sponsored. Could be. Not a sponsor. Oh, man. Idiots. What are my idiots? I mean, you don't pay attention to them because they're yours. Like, you know, like.
Mm-hmm. But an idiosyncrasy isn't
handful.
Necessarily a behavior. It can also be like a preference or like a pet peeve.
Sure.
Like you think about toes.
I don't like when people touch my toes. Oh, if we're going to do that, I have a pile of them. I think a lot of people do, like, you talk with your hands. Like, not everyone does, but like a lot of people talk with their hands. I think that's gotten worse since I started learning sign language and I wanted to do things.
It's quite literally talking with your hands.
It's talking with your hands. I really like using weird words in weird contexts.
Have you heard of this podcast?
Yeah.
It's called Big Words for Smart People.
Check out this word. But that's one of the things that like inspired the idea for this podcast, apart from us landing on a really good name, was that like I like discovering a word and then finding a way to like inject that word into like conversation like it's common parlance, right? Like it's just a normal thing that people say. I think my example for that is the word intercalary, which will be a future word. Intercalary is one of my favorite words of all time. It'll be a future podcast word, but like no one knows that word because it literally means, okay, cool. Next episode, I'll do intercalary. I could do a whole episode on it. I'm not going to do it right now. I don't know, man. Would having like a deep-seated knowledge about something niche also count as an idiosyncrasy?
That's a great question. I think it does. But that kind of touches on one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about this word in particular. And that's that I've noticed this tendency in millennials and also Gen Z to attribute any of your idiosyncrasies to a mental illness.
Okay.
And it's like, I
Go
do
off,
this.
Queen.
Like,
King. Go off, them. What would it be? Shut up. Oh, hold on a second. Go off, Emperor. Go off, Poobah.
For me, I'll take king or queen. Just use them
Okay.
interchangeably.
Go off, King or Queen.
Yeah.
Quang. Go off,
Queen.
Quang.
Go off, queen.
Go off, Quang.
But like, I do this too, where it's like, I like notice something about myself and I'm like, oh, it's the ADHD. And it's like,
Yeah.
Is it? Is it really?
Is it?
Or is it just
you
something
like,
that's
know
about
a lot
me?
about Pokemon. Sure.
Like, am I
Well,
like diagnosing myself with a personality? No.
That's a good tag. Well, the thing is also like, one, we've talked about it before, like the illusion of neurotypical doesn't exist.
The myth
like
of neurotypicalness?
Yeah. Neurotypicality.
Yeah.
But like, is it that you know a lot about a thing? Like, people like to like, do I know a lot about a thing, or is it like my thing? You know what I mean? Like, I know a lot about
is this
Pokemon.
an interest or is this a special interest? I
Is
think
this- yeah,
people
is this-
overuse the special interest thing to begin with.
I think so too. Because I think like, maybe I'm wrong. Is there a difference between like a special interest and just like hyper fixating on a thing?
I think so. I think like a special interest is like, literally every single thing there is to know about this very specific thing. Like,
Yeah.
I keep coming back to this story whenever I think about this. I think about the story that I read about this person who babysat this kid who was really, really into horses, but not just horses, race horses. Only race horses. And this kid had an encyclopedic knowledge of every winner of the Kentucky Derby for the last like 100 years.
Jesus,
that's a special interest.
That's a special interest. There's there was a racing horse named Hoof Hearted, which is pretty good. That's my special interest.
I don't care who you are. That's funny.
But yeah, I mean, I hyperfixate on things. It's probably an ADHD thing.
Mm-hmm.
I know that. I will hyperfixate in cycles. And so I have hyperfixated on things multiple times, right? Pokemon's the go-to example. I have gone through many years of my life deep into Pokemon.
Yeah.
I don't think it's my special interest. I just happen to know a fuck ton about Pokemon.
I think it's just an interest.
It's an interest. It's a thing that I have been and am currently interested in. And like, we could talk about interests all day. Because when I am interested in something, I get into the thing. I'm not like, oh, I'm kind of interested in fishing. I am deep in fishing.
Yeah.
Right? To the point where I try to avoid, I just messed up my own rule, avoid mentioning fishing in our podcast, because that's going to be the podcast for me. I'm saving it for an episode where all I'm going to talk about is fish.
Catch anything good lately?
Fucking, I went fishing yesterday and
I'm time boxing this. You have 30 seconds.
I went yesterday. I had 2 hits and not a single fucking bite. So no, actually.
Wow, sounds like you really suck.
I suck at fishing. I caught my. I don't.
I'm sorry, I'm being mean.
No, you're good. When I was at our parents' house last time, I caught a shellcracker, and when I was at our parents' house the time before, I caught my son. So that's pretty good.
Did you put a hook in your kid?
Did I tell you this?
No.
Oh, no. Uh-oh. Bad dad coming in. I was fishing at my parents' house, at our parents' house.
Mm-hmm.
They have a pond in the backyard. My son was hanging out with me. And I went to cast, and instead of casting overhead like I probably should have, because I thought I knew where he was, I casted to the side, didn't realize he was to the side, and I put a hook through his ear.
Through his ear?
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude.
Towards the top, like the upper ridge, the cartilage part.
Oh, ow.
The cartilaginous. So yeah, I put a hook in his ear. It was a little hook from a beetle spin. Scared the piss out of him.
Yeah.
Scared the shit out of me. It wasn't on purpose. I'm like, uh-oh. Okay, I know what I'm supposed to do. So I called to my wife, who came running over. Luckily, our Appa was there. His Appa was there. Our dad was there. And so I
This
ran
is a man
inside.
who knows a lot about getting fish hooks out of
This is a
people.
man who has caught multiple people, caught himself multiple times. I have a strong memory of him coming back from like a trip in Mexico and going fishing to relax a little bit, and then us having to drive him to the emergency room because he had a hook buried in his hand. So
I remember that.
yeah. So I went and got him. We come back outside. I'm freaking out because I've just permanently damaged my beautiful, precious son. He's like crying, but not like freaking out. He's doing a really good job. Yeah, he did great. I'm a mess. Appa's doing great. My child's doing great. Appa's like, all right, buddy, this is gonna hurt a little bit. Are you ready? And my son nods, and he pushes the hook all the way through, which is what you do if you get a fishing hook. If at all possible, you push it back out again, so you can cut off the barb, and then it just slips right out.
Right.
He cries when he pushes it through. Cut off the barb, pull the hook out. He goes inside, comes back out 5 minutes later, holding an ice pack to his ear, and goes, "Dada, catch a fish." And I was like, "Oh, I was so worried that he's gonna be like, I'm never fishing again. I hate this. It's totally cool. Like, Dad, catch a fish." So I'm like, all right, man. So I cast overhead.
Just don't catch a
Next
linus.
cast, don't catch a linus. Next cast, pull in a bluegill. That was before he went to the beach for a week, and that was on a Saturday. It was Saturday morning when that happened. By Wednesday, you couldn't notice. You couldn't even see a mark, and I think he's forgotten about it. I'll never forget. Also, maybe the biggest thing I've ever caught. 30-pound whopper of a kid, man.
He was this big.
He was this big. 3 feet, baby. So yeah, I caught my child.
Well, I did say I was going to time box this session, and you have failed to meet that deadline, so you will be receiving a strongly worded letter in the mail.
Okay. That's
one of my idiosyncrasies, is that I send strongly worded letters in the mail.
Handwritten, unsigned letters in the mail.
She says, "You know what you did.
You know what you done did. You talk too much about catching your child." Yeah, man. I do like this conversation about like what are you interested in versus what is a focus, and like how does that's because clearly your interests are a part of you, right? Mm-hmm. Like I don't think I am defined by the things that I'm interested in, but the things that I'm interested in help give definition to me and my life.
I like that. I love that distinction, because I've never quite known how to phrase this, but I always feel a little bit irritated when people just like really associate me with something that I am interested in. Just like, like you're the bug person.
Wrestling kid. You're the bug person. Yeah.
Which like I'm not even the bug person. I just know like minimum information about bugs.
We have the same problem of our dad is a bug person.
Like a career bug person.
Like professionally.
Yeah.
But that means we know marginally more about bugs than the layman.
Yeah.
So then we become the bug person because I know all crickets have wings or whatever you're talking
That's an
about.
assassin bug. That's a Cecropia moth. That's not a cockroach.
My favorite. Cecropia moths are my favorite.
They're so cool.
They're my favorite moth. They're the coolest. I want a Cecropia moth tattoo so bad.
Dude, you gotta get on my level when it comes to moth tattoos.
It's what Volcarona is based on, is the Cecropia moth.
Really? Specifically the Cecropia?
The core competencies, yeah. Volcarona is based on the Cecropia moth.
Speaking of interest.
It's one of my favorite Pokemon. Full stop. I love it. And it's annoying because you can't really use one during like a run because it doesn't evolve to level 55, which is so late.
I know you like bug types.
I love me some bug types. I love Caesar. I love Beedrill. I can name all the bug. Hey, do you want the podcast to be me naming all the bug type Pokemon?
No. Do you remember my favorite Pokemon type?
Weedle, Kakuna, Beedrill. Your favorite Pokemon type.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, do I remember this? Shut up. I want to say fire type. That doesn't.
At one
right.
point it was fire type, but it's not anymore.
Even though Flareon's moveset is hot trash.
Shut up! I don't care.
Is it dark type? Is it fart type? Dark?
You're fart type. Jerk.
Dark. Okay, I'm just gonna. It's. I don't think it's fairy. I love fairy type. Fairy type's one of my favorites.
Those are fun, but it's not my favorite.
Ice. I feel like it's not one of
Gross.
the normal ones. I feel like it's not like normal.
Do you want me to just
it's
tell
not
you?
normal, is it? Yes, because it's not
normal.
good audio.
I like ghost types.
Ghosties.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would be a ghost type trainer, and my companion Pokemon would be a Mimikyu, and I would be able to
that's a
sew
good
out
one.
different little disguises if it didn't want to be a Pikachu.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it dresses up as a Pikachu because Pikachus are friendly and everybody loves them and it just wants to be loved.
Yeah.
And I would tell my Mimikyu that I love it just as it is and it doesn't need to pretend to be somebody else. And I would make it a different disguise that looks exactly like it wants it to look.
So a Delibird.
Okay, well, idiosyncrasies don't just apply to people. There can also be idiosyncrasies of things or even time periods.
Okay.
Like you can say like an idiosyncrasy of the 1920s is flapper
Sure.
culture, you know, beatniks.
Okay. Yeah.
I like idiosyncrasies of things. I like idiosyncrasies of appliances.
Yeah. Okay. Go on.
So I think I
Go
mentioned in
off,
a previous
Quang.
episode. I mentioned in a previous episode that I worked in large format printing, and all the
I cut
printers
the
that
hell out of that, dude. Nobody cares. Go ahead.
I listened to that episode. I know you're lying.
Okay, cool. I didn't know if I had or not.
But all of our printers had names, and all of our printers also had different just like habits or things that you needed to watch out for. Like, I didn't name them. I would have given them cooler names than this, but the wallpaper printers were Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman.
Okay.
Batman was our golden boy. Like,
Sure.
he could do no wrong. He always worked perfectly. Superman always had the same printing error that would come up over and over and over again, no matter how many times you fixed it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. But like, no, it is. No, okay. On paper, no, it's not. But it is because what it does is it takes something that is inherently inhuman. It's a printing machine. It is designed to eliminate the need for most human interaction.
Mm-hmm.
But its flaws, its idiosyncrasies, are what give it, like, they personify it. It makes it humanize. It humanizes it. It makes it interesting and makes it memorable.
It was to the point where like even the maintenance guys who you think would be like really like no nonsense about it were like addressing these machines with gendered pronouns.
He's a real fucker, that one.
Oh, fucking Superman. Every time with this guy. He's got a bad attitude.
I love that. That's so cool. He's got bad attitude. I think that's really fascinating. Because I think like we inherently look for those idiosyncrasies because we are always trying to humanize things.
Mm-hmm.
It's that.
We're also
it's
pattern
that,
seeking.
What's the word for like looking for faces in things that don't inherently have faces?
Periolia? Oh my god, I was right.
Were you? Okay. Like it's like when you look at the front of a Kia and it's going and you're like, yep, that's a big scared face.
Or when you look at the front of a Dodge and it looks like a piggy.
It's like a piggy to you? That would be on our Patreon too, of us looking at the fronts of cars and making the faces that they make. We do that, right? Like we look for things to make them human, and the things that make them human are their faults. It's their flaws or their weirdnesses or their quirks.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
A fun thing of being human is forming a social bond with just about anything.
Yeah. You can make an attachment to my coffee grinder.
I do have attachments to my coffee cups.
Yeah. I have a
And
favorite. I have favorites. Is there anything worse than when somebody comes over to your house and they accidentally use like your cup for the one that you have a specific routine for?
I don't think I have my cup.
Yeah.
But there have been sometimes where somebody comes over to my house and we're like making dinner and they use like my nonstick pan in a different way than I would use my nonstick pan, and I have to like
don't do that.
Suppress that voice in my mind that's like, kill them.
Use the pan to commit murder. Like I like to have coffee in my Brewster coffee mug from Animal Crossing on Sundays. It's my Sunday roast coffee mug.
It's a fun little idiosyncrasy.
Yeah. And if somebody comes over and uses that mug on like a fucking Saturday,
You've done the mug wrong.
I have to hand wash that mug tonight because I'm using it tomorrow morning. It's got a rule. There's a rule. Follow the rule.
Mm-hmm.
When you said idiosyncrasies, what I was thinking about is one of the things that like I think is really interesting because you and I are both happily married individuals.
Yes.
Right. And I would say generally about half of being married is figuring out where your idiosyncrasies do or do not intersect.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So like a good example of this is your tolerance for a messy kitchen. I think the kitchen is a litmus test for your relationship of like, I know without a doubt that I don't like a dirty kitchen. I don't like it filthy. I don't like it cluttered. It bothers me. But my tolerance.
So what I'm hearing is that you're not a cockroach.
I'm not a cockroach.
Okay.
I'm a Cecropian moth. Thank you very much. I'm not Pheromosa, who's based on a cockroach, but also is a really cool looking. I like Pheromosa a lot. She's so hot. What? No, because she's based off of is it Lumen? The bad guy from that game is what Pheromosa is based off of, and she is inarguably super hot. So, and Guzma Buzzwole is based off of Guzma, and also whatever. Okay, my tolerance for dirty kitchen is still way more than my wife's tolerance for dirty kitchen, right? And so one of two things happens. Either, I guess there's more than two things. You talk it through, right? Your partner ends up always cleaning the kitchen because they notice it before you notice it. Or you train yourself to recognize your partner's idiosyncrasies and adjust little ways to kind of like normalize, not normalize, but like, normalize, like not make normal, but like normalize, like bring to the same level, those idiosyncrasies. So like, I look at the kitchen and sometimes I go, it's not that bad. But another part of my brain goes, it's bad enough. Do it. And so you do it, right? Like,
yeah.
And when you don't do that is how little things become big things in a relationship, right? That's how like, you're like, well, all I did was fold her shirts and now like we're on a break or whatever. Is because like there are these you're failing to recognize the idiosyncrasies of your partner to like kind of balance your relationship. And I think that's really interesting. And I think it's interesting to one, have those conversations, but also to like recognize those in other people. And I think if you can, I'm rambling, but if you can train yourself to do that for everyone you meet instead of just your partner, life becomes a lot easier. Like you don't have to fix other people's, like you don't have to address, like I don't have to address it. I don't have to know that like you like it this way, so I'm always going to do it for you. But to at least acknowledge like why other people might respond the way they do is because they just have a different like quotient for mess or for like volume or whatever, or like staying in the left lane on a multi-lane road when they should get the fuck over. When you recognize in other people, it makes life a lot easier to live your own life during. And I think I lost the plot, but it feels, it feels right.
That you just invented something incredible.
Okay.
Let's call it empathy.
That sounds like a really neat thing to have. But isn't that just it, right? Like,
yeah.
And that's the thing that most people don't have.
I wouldn't say most people. I think that it's a muscle. You have to work it out, you know? Like you need to make like conscious decisions and like go out of your way to think about other people's idiosyncrasies, and also get over yourself enough to think that their idiosyncrasies that conflict with yours aren't actually about you.
Yeah, stop navel gazing. Or like, and just like, I don't know, man. I think you're right. I also think like it comes with age and practice, right? And so like my wife and I have been having conversations. How do we teach empathy to a toddler, which are inherently not empathetic.
Well, the whole world revolves around them.
It does. And unfortunately for him, he's super cute. So it kind of does completely revolve around him.
He is really cute.
It's a problem. But like, and I think a lot of that comes from being able to recognize and vocalize.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, cool. I recognize that this person said this because of that. I disagree, but also it's none of my fucking business.
Mm-hmm.
So like, it's cool. It's hard to teach it, and it's a valuable thing to teach.
I think a good exercise is like anytime somebody does something to you that seems rude or illogical, or it just doesn't make sense to you, just like take a moment to think, like, is there any explanation for this that doesn't involve them doing this for me?
Yeah. Either in spite of you or in service to you.
Yeah. Or is there any reason why they're doing this that doesn't involve them hating me? That's a good remedy for social anxiety too.
It does. It helps. It helps to like take a step back and be like, actually, you know what? And I mean this in the best way possible. No one else gives a shit about me. Like they're all just trying to focus on their own bullshit. Just like I'm focusing on my own bullshit. It's very liberating.
You gotta go Carly Simon. You know,
who?
You're so vain.
Oh,
You
okay.
probably think this affront is about you.
Oh man, but like, yeah, and the more you kind of recognize that, the more you can actually like process and respond to and interact with other people's idiosyncrasies and be like,
Mm-hmm.
and it's fascinating how it's easier to just like do you and that other people do them when you start recognizing that everyone's them is a little bit different and a little bit weird and they think the same thing about you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Everyone's a little bit freaky.
Everyone's a little bit freaky.
They should be
especially
freakier.
Me. What's up? Working
also
on it
think
by the
there's-
day.
I also think there's a lot to be said about taking ownership of your own idiosyncrasies.
Yeah.
Like I was kind of touching on this earlier, but it really bugs me when people like look at their own idiosyncrasies and just automatically attribute them to ADHD or autism or whatever else. And it's like, maybe it is ADHD, maybe it is autism, but like it's also you, man.
Yeah. It's I think if you have a job that becomes people facing, like I benefit from having a job that requires me to interact with and engage with a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes in a like partner capacity and sometimes in like a directorial capacity, if that makes sense. Like part of my job is telling people how to do their job better, which is a challenging space to be in. And it requires you to have a certain degree of introspection because people don't like to be told what to do.
No.
Especially if they're like older than you are or don't respect you as a person or whatever, right? So to bring all this together, one of the first things I'll often tell people when I'm getting to know them is I'll give them like an Eric warning.
Mm-hmm.
And the Eric warning is that when Eric is concentrating, he looks pissed off. He looks
mean mugging.
Really angry. Yeah, I've got like resting pissed face, you know? Especially if I'm like processing, if I'm like really thinking about what I'm seeing and hearing and doing, I look and taking notes. I look angry. And I also have the memory of a sieve. So I forget things if I don't write them down pretty much instantaneously.
Mm-hmm.
But when I
Me
walk
too.
into someone's room and they're doing their work and I look angry and I'm writing notes down, it does not establish a positive relationship without some previous context. Because it looks a really bad look to come in mean mugging and taking notes and then I walk out again. So like I have to acknowledge that about myself and embrace that when I talk to people, because otherwise like I need a relationship with you and I can't burn that bridge before we ever get the chance to cross it because you looked at me and assumed I was like judging and being hateful. And really on my notes, I'm like, that was great. Good job. +1 on that. And like the notes are all good. It's like, anyways, to bring it all the way back to the question you asked me at the beginning, I think that's one of my idiosyncrasies is that I can look very mean and angry. When I'm not angry, I'm just trying to rub my neurons together and make a coherent thought.
It's so hard to do that sometimes.
It's so hard. Yeah, man. This is a good word, dude.
Thank you. It's one of my favorites. I use it a lot.
We don't do that a lot. It's a good one to use. I think even if you're not using this word in your day-to-day basis, like internalize it and really kind of conceptualize. It's a good icebreaker. I love a good icebreaker.
Mm-hmm. What are your
Hi,
idiosyncrasies?
team. What are your idiosyncrasies? And then watch everyone be like, I like to rewatch TV shows. And you're like, yeah, so does everybody. Margaret, figure it out.
No, some people are really novelty seeking. They never do.
Man, I wish I could always consume new content. I get so I get such brain comfort food from rewatching shit I've seen 800 times.
Dude, you and me both.
I'm glad YouTube doesn't track how many times I've watched a Monster Factory episode. Not a sponsor, but could be. Because it's a problematic amount. Because it's just I need that yummy, don't have to think about noise.
I watch Monster Factory to fall asleep every night.
Do you every night?
Pretty much.
There's not enough to do that. Holy shit.
I mean, I get through like a half of an episode before I'm just out. Like I fall asleep in like 15 minutes tops.
Yeah. I get it. It's amazing.
But one of my idiosyncrasies, I guess, is that I am like a huge rewatcher. And to the point where like I got really, really into this Australian sitcom from 2003 called Kath and Kim. Yeah. Not a sponsor because they've been off the air for 20 years.
But could be.
Could be. But like I'm like at the point with it now where like I will finish the series and I will just start it immediately. Just again.
Jesus.
Over and over again.
That's I get it. That one's tough for me. My wife rewatches Demon Slayer.
That's surprising for her.
It's her favorite. It's one of her favorites. Her very favorite is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Not a sponsor. Could be. She's on like her fourth rewatch, and I respect it. I find it very hard to rewatch things with subtitles.
Yeah.
Like where it's in a not English language. Like we just rewatched the best arc in the show because it's got my favorite character in it. But I'm impressed by her ability to rewatch that. I tend to rewatch garbage, and by like good garbage, but like funny. Like we're rewatching. I like rewatch Taskmaster, not a sponsor. Could be. Rewatch things on Dropout, not a sponsor. Actually, could be. Dropout.
Would
get at
love
us.
To be. Oh my god.
Hold on, for sure. Like those kinds of things I like because like I like things with jokes in the background because this sounds so bad. I like knowing that there's places to laugh, and I like knowing where the laughs are coming. You know what I mean?
That's really precious.
I will laugh at the same fucking dumb joke 800 times. And there's some comfort in knowing that it's levity, and I want to bring levity to people's lives as well, and I want levity brought to my life. But also, like, there's comfort in knowing this bit's coming up. They're about to talk about the alien from the space goo, and that's going to make me very happy. So I'm just going to lean into this. We have to wrap up our podcast.
Yeah, we've been going for way too long.
It's fine. If you like what we do, if you're listening to us on repeat because our dumbness gives you comfort, first of all, thank you. But for everybody else, thank you for listening. I'm so happy to be here. We can put you to sleep. Excellent. Is everyone listening to the Jejune episode going, yeah, this knocks me out every time. If you like what we're doing, like, comment, subscribe, follow, tag us in your podcatcher, tell a friend. We can't advertise. Everything's word of mouth. We might someday. We don't yet. So feel free to tell people if you like what we're doing. If you do like what we're doing and you want to jump in our Discord community, there's a link in the comments below. Or you can send us an email at bigwordsforsmartpeople@gmail.com, all spelled out.
Do you like our bees? You don't have to answer that. I know you do. Because they're great. They're so cute. And they're so sweet.
They're pretty good.
They were made by Lava Salmon. You can find more from her in the show notes.
Yeah, check her out. She's great. We'll be back in a week with another word. Until then,
we hope you have a very idiosyncrasy week.
Jesus. Doesn't make any sense. Idiosyncratic week? No.
No.
Idiosyncrasy week. Deal with it.